And we made it to the Basch challenge quest. Now, in my last video, I said that this was going to be one of the easier challenge quests, and I was right. This one went down really, really easily compared to, say, Odin and Chapter 10. I think that Chapter 10 was the hardest one. That's what I would say. And this isn't just for me personally. I'm talking looking out at the community, looking on groups and stuff, and just seeing what people have struggled with and what they haven't struggled with. I definitely would say that Chapter 10 was the hardest one. And second to that would be Odin. And after that, it might even be the first one, actually. Just because of the synergy that was available. There's a lot of people... I don't think that many people pulled for Oron. If they did, then that stage wasn't so bad. But the fact that the only healer was Kate Sith, and one of the synergy that most people had other than Squall was Tifa, who is definitely not the best pick for a multi-target stage where you can't launch anything. Yeah, that was Square's first challenge quest that they gave us, and they trolled the shit out of us. But I wouldn't expect anything less from these people at this point. You just gotta roll with the punches. These enemies right here are usually really annoying, but I think if there's anybody who shuts them down, it's Basch. I mean, you know, there's plenty of ways to deal with HP spamming. I guess it wouldn't just be Basch, like Arciela, Eldnarsh, Setzer even. Which, speaking of Setzer, kudos to Raz. He just did, not the challenge quest obviously, but the blind run of this stage, the actual chaos. He used Setzer. When's the last time you heard of Setzer in anybody's main party comp? It's been forever, because the power creep is very real. Setzer is quite dated, unfortunately. I actually brought Setzer here, not on my blind run because he wasn't available at the time. But when we first got the Basch event, he didn't have EX Plus. But then it was like a few days later was when we got, I want to say it was... Yeah, it was when they released, it was Ifrit, Shiva, and Ramu, all of the Chaos versions of those summon fights. That's when Setzer got EX+, so I maxed him out first. After I beat all the summons, I came back here and got my 9-9 score, because of Setzer. Ulti and Charlotta obviously helped too, but to be able to freeze the boss here is pretty great. You don't have a character like Basch. I also said last time there was only a few ways to deal with this at the time, and it was Basch and delay. Those are probably two of the more effective ways, but how could I forget Warrior of Light also did very well in that fight. His shields did a really good job of blocking what was coming at you, like they always do. So yeah, can't forget about the Warrior of Light, definitely. And from what I understand, I haven't built mine up yet, but Leon is also very good for this fight. Which makes sense. Staying protected. Oh, no, another thing I want to mention about Raz's run with Setzer. Who else did he bring? He brought Garland and Quistis, I want to say. So just a ton of delay in battery. Yeah, all three of them delay. But he also brought a brother summon because he didn't realize that those things absorb Earth. So props to him for being able to beat this when the enemy absorbs the summon that you're using. Hey, a win's a win, right? Now, I don't remember, but I think that after those ads die, I don't remember them coming back. I don't think they do. We're not going to waste any time. We already got our plus skills. No need to C65. Let's just go into it. I love that Shooting Star actually deals splash damage now. It used to just be AoE Brave, single target HP, but now we have splash damage, which makes Noctis' viability against multiple targets even better than it already was, which is great. Queue up a launch for when we're out of here. Spacing does get a little awkward, especially with the ads here, because I really don't like using the Noctis LD if the other two party members aren't immediately behind him. But sometimes you're in a position where you just kind of have to do it anyway. But now it isn't as bad, because I used to just forget after I used the Noctis LD that my other party members had it. But now I've learned to, yeah, after I did that on recording at the blind run of Odin's challenge quest with Fran when I'm sitting there brave attacking when she's got the buff on, yeah. Oh, bad memories. But that's how you learn. You do stuff like that, and you see the outcome, and you go, oh, okay, I'll adapt. Could have used another skill, but I just want those things to die already. Now I know this obviously doesn't work here, but in co-ops, we actually tried this. I don't remember who I was with. I think it was Zero and... is it Breezy? I think it was. Yeah, it was. Before the Chapter 10 Chaos co-op went away, who did we use? Noctis, Vaan, and the third I think was like Kais or somebody. But yeah, no, I was playing support. No, it wasn't Kais, I was Saz. And I was playing support for the two guys with the burst. Now, yeah, in co-op, you aren't limited to just one burst like you are for single player. So think about the Noctis and Vaan burst combined together on a single target. Oh man, it's stupid. It's crazy. So you can have Vaan spamming his skills at one target, which is just ridiculous damage. If Noctis uses his burst before Vaan does, that means that Noctis will attack in between all of Vaan's attacks. So it just adds more and more and more. It's pretty great. So that will be fun to see in the future when other characters get their bursts for some of these co-ops, who to combine different burst effects with. I have a feeling that Noctis and Shantotto would be a good one, because you could have the brave damage increase on Noctis as he does the follow-up attacks. And yeah, that would be really cool, because especially if you're up against multiples, you have Shantotto stunning everyone, and then Noctis just looping in front of them anyway, so it's going to be forever until they actually get a turn. And then once they do, they can't move anyway. It sounds pretty oppressive, and I like it. This was also my first time ever using Basch. I'd never used him before. And I'm not entirely sure if I was playing him correctly. I don't know if there's a rotation or what. It really doesn't seem like there is. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Because I do think that, from what I understand, I could be wrong about this, so don't listen to me like this is gospel here. I'm kind of just thinking out loud. But for the most part, it seems that his LD does all, if not almost all, of what his skill 1 does. Like, I think it does the shields. Pretty sure it does target lock. All I know is it sets him up to never go under 50% health, which is crazy. Like, if he goes under it, he'll just heal back up to 50%. Maybe even a little more. That's why he can't die. Because it's not like on his next turn. It's the second he gets hit with damage, he heals it before the next turn even comes up, whoever's turn it may be. So yeah, I mean, everybody already knows this, but if you're at a stage where dying is a huge problem, just bring Basch and you won't die. Like, his damage isn't great, but that's not his purpose. Not everything is about damage and high numbers and stuff. Basch absolutely has his uses. I'm considering, I don't know for a fact, I will. Actually, I don't know about that. Well, I was about to say, I was considering bringing Basch, I can't speak, I was considering bringing Basch to tier 16, but from what I understand, and I didn't know this before, and I'm still not entirely positive, if someone does know, I'd love to know for sure. Tier 16, as far as I know, is immune to taunts, which for Basch is a problem. Unless, you know, every wave is just nothing but all HP attacks, then Basch is great, but I know that's not the case there. But he would be fantastic against that final boss, especially that demon wall, because some of his worst attacks are when he does like AoE HP. He's got like the overdrive or something, and that fills up, he just knocks you out. But with Basch, you don't have to worry about that. Or this, because this big purple son of a bitch is going down real easy. That's always cool when you have a launch set up without actually using skills themselves to do it up. He's just been hit so many times that he's about to get launched. We're getting there. You jump back in front. They both have LD, right? Yeah, they do. Might as well use the last one. Refresh it. But who wants to add more turns than you have to, right? I don't know if Pandemonium was the best choice. Again, I only brought him because no brothers. But with this team, in any other situation, I would probably use brothers. Unless Earth is absorbed. Figure just go for Max Brave. Everybody's hitting hard enough anyway. Add some HP on top of it if at all possible. And that is that. Or no, it's not. No. He's still got some life. Not much, but he's got something. Okay, this has got to be it right here. Yep, get the launch. Yes. There we go, okay. So that's 11 for 11. Challenge quest done. Beautiful. Alright, well I hope you all enjoyed and thank you for watching.